All right, we're going to continue our topic of polynomial division. So here, as you see, as you read through here, it talks about our polynomial division statement. We know when we divide with polynomials, we can check, right, our division. So we know our dividend, which is what we're dividing into, is always equal to our divisor times our quotient plus our remainder. So you can see here, you look at it, so we've got our polynomial that we're dividing into. We'll call that P of X, abbreviate it. That's our dividend. And of course, what we divide by, our divisor polynomial, whatever that may be, we'll call that D of X. And our answer, right, our quotient Q, we'll call our quotient polynomial Q of X. And whatever we have left over after dividing, of course, our remainder, we'll call that polynomial R of X. But this is our check statement in division, right? We can always check our division by looking at our quotient, right, timesing it by our divisor and adding a remainder to it, and we should get back to our dividend. So we can use that as we're going through some of these examples. All right, let's go to an example here. Let's show that in a problem. It says use synthetic division to find the quotient and the remainder. Well, synthetic division is a shortcut we can use on polynomial division problem like this one. It has a linear divisor of the form x minus some number k. So as we look at this problem, our divisor, so here is d of x, right? We'll talk about what we just mentioned. And our dividend, this cubic polynomial, we'll call that p of x. So remember, in the end, if we want to check, we know that our dividend, p of x, should always equal our divisor times our quotient plus any remainder we have. So with our divisor, d of x, right, we're looking at a linear divisor, right, the form x plus 3. So that's equal to x minus negative 3. So here's that number k that I'm talking about. So we're going to use synthetic division. Now with synthetic division, all right, we're going to look at our coefficients of our polynomial function, p of x, the dividend, and our constant term here in our divisor. And synthetic division says, let's take that divisor, and we're going to look at that constant term that's being subtracted from x. And we're going to use that to signify the divisor here. We'll put a little upside down division bar. We're going to use synthetic division. So there's our divisor. And then the coefficients of our dividend, we'll line those up right beside it. So we had a cubic polynomial and our dividend polynomial. Leading term, 2x cubed, so its coefficient is 2. Our x squared term, coefficient is 7. We're going to spread these out, give us a little room to do our synthetic division. Now we're missing the x term, so this is important. I'll put it in a different color. Our missing term, the x term, let's put in the coefficient of that term. Since there's no x term, coefficient is 0. So we'll put that in. And then our constant term is negative 5. So again, what do these represent? These are the coefficients of the dividend polynomial, what we call p of x. We use that to abbreviate. All right, now here's how synthetic division works. So we're going to take these numbers, we're going to add and multiply to get to our quotient and our remainder, assuming we have any. So what we do, what I call my vertical pattern, within the columns we add up the numbers. Now in this first column, there's nothing with the 2 to add to it, so we'll bring down that 2. Now this 2 is going to be the coefficient of your leading term in your quotient. So our quotient polynomial, right, it's going to have a leading term coefficient of 2. Now you say, well, what degree is that term? Well, if we got a cubic and we're dividing by linear, we're going to have a quadratic. So with that said, it's always going to be 1 degree less if we're dividing by a linear polynomial and your dividend. So this is going to be the x squared term, right? So we have 2x squared for our leading term of the quotient. Now, here I go to what I call, let's put a different color, our diagonal pattern. So diagonally, I'm going to bring a number up to go to the next column. Now, where does that number come from? We're going to bring up, we're going to multiply 2 by k. So here's where we use our divisor. So remember that constant term that was subtracted from x in our divisor. We're going to multiply 2 times negative 3. Well, that gives a product of negative 6. And then we're ready to add up the column. So remember, vertically we add the numbers. So 7 plus negative 6 is 1. So what's going to be our next term in our quotient? A 1x. All right, so now we're ready to go up, right, to our next column. So what we're going to bring up? We're going to take that 1 and we're going to multiply it by negative 3, right? The constant from our divisor, and this value what we call k, right? So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And then we'll add up these numbers. Well, 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3. And there's our constant term, right? Minus 3. So we've just finished finding the quotient for this polynomial division problem. It's a quadratic polynomial, 2x squared plus x minus 3. Now this last column, we'll separate it. Always your last column will get you to your remainder, whatever that may be, assuming you have a remainder. So remember, diagonally, we're going to multiply that number, negative 3, by k. So negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And what's negative 5 plus 9? That's a 4. 4 is the remainder. We'll call that r of x. So we found our quotient, right? We found our remainder synthetically. Now again, we can check that. So we could do it with long division. Right? We could even use our polynomial division statement. So remember, let's do a check step. So I'm going to check it using our statement here we talked about earlier. P of x always equals d times q plus r, right? So let's show that. So what is P of x, our dividend? So what do we got for our dividend? 2x cubed plus 7x squared minus 5. Well, we should get that back. We take our divisor times the quotient plus our remainder. So our divisor, which was x plus 3, times the quotient, which was 2x squared plus x minus 3, plus the remainder, which was 4. All right, so let's see if this times that plus 4 gives us dividend back. Should, if we divide it correctly. So we ought to multiply. Let's go ahead and distribute. So we'll go ahead and take the x, multiply it through. X times 2x squared is 2x cubed. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Alright, now let's distribute, and I'll put it in a different color. Let's distribute 3 through. What's 3 times 2x squared? So we're going to multiply everything together. Distributive property. That's 6x squared. What's 3 times x? 3x. What's 3 times negative 3? Negative 9. And we still got that plus 4, right? Here at the end, and we got to add to it. So let's simplify. So what do we get when we combine these like terms? Well, again, we have our 2x cubed. It's only x cubed term. Now we have a couple of x squared terms. So add those up. What's x squared plus 6x squared? 7x squared. All right, how about our x terms? We've got a negative 3x here. Got a positive 3x here. Well, they end up eliminating. And then what do we have here with our two constants? Negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. What does that equal? That equals our dividend. Checks. So again, we know we divided correctly. So that's a shortcut, and that's using synthetic division. Now you could do it long division like we did earlier, looking at our factors, and we were verifying factors in our previous example. So again, this will give you a shortcut, right, for dividing polynomials. So again, we're dividing polynomials with form x minus k, a linear divisor, right? We can easily do it with synthetic division, like this example.